Okay, Michael. Let's do it!
Let's go!
Where's the key? Where's the key? Is that drive?
Yep.
I'm just gonna turn the heat down because my giant head produces a lot of heat. Let's put the bum coolers on. Yes! I could see myself driving this car. I mean, how funny, two Minnesotans in the middle of winter with their seat coolers on.
Absolutely.
All right, Michael, sports exhaust. Let's rip it. Oh, there's a Tesla. He wants some. Come on, Tesla man. Come on, Tesla man. Nope, he gave up. Hey guys, welcome back. Another day, another auto amateur video, and this one's kind of special because I'm hanging out with my friends. We're going to start the day with some pancakes. We are Porsche pancakes after all. And then after that, my friend Michael and I are going to check out his new Panamera GTS. Panamera? We're going to learn about that. I'm going to learn about that. I don't know too much about them, but I'm pretty excited, as is he. Let's go check it out. Hey guys, welcome back. This is my friend Michael, and this is his beautiful new Panamera GTS. Michael, tell me about your car. I'm so excited for you.
Yes, so this is a 2014, also known as the 970.2 Panamera GTS.
I didn't know that.
Yes, see?
This has a model designation as well.
Absolutely.
All right.
All the Panameras are 970, and then the new one is 971.
Okay. So 2014.
2014. So we picked it up from Savannah, Georgia. But it's a 4.8 liter, naturally aspirated, and that's making 440 horsepower and 389 pound-feet of torque.
Which is insane. And let's put that into perspective. When you and I went head-to-head,
yes,
albeit not very well planned and timed.
Not exactly.
I was not pulling away from you, and if anything, you were starting to pull away from me.
Just a little bit, right.
So I would probably suggest in a head-to-head, these would be neck and neck, or I might get embarrassed a little bit.
It's interesting. The weight is definitely there. It's a heavy car, roughly 4,300 or so pounds. So it's definitely noticeable compared to my Cayman at a Lith, 3,100, 3,000 pounds,
yeah,
or 3,400 for a base 911.
Yeah.
But it's a wonderful car. It's been great so far. So I've only had it for a few weeks, but I'm looking forward to enjoying it much, much more.
So talk me around the sort of features of this Porsche that you like, because I imagine the things that you like about your Cayman are specific to Caymans.
Right.
The things that you like about the Panamera, maybe just because they have the Porsche kind of like design language, like the steering wheel or the handling, but tell me about the things that you really like about this particular type of Porsche.
Yeah, so the GTS has a couple different packages that you won't find on some of the other cars. Some of them being aero-based around the front, the sides, the rear. My favorite feature is the spoiler that comes up. It's a 3-piece spoiler, but when it's set down, it's just 2.
Yeah.
And so they split open and the middle comes up. And that's only on the GTS and the turbo models.
Oh, really? Okay.
Correct. And then this one is naturally aspirated, so it's one of the largest engines. They've made it to the PDK as far as the Porsches.
Wow.
So that's kind of awesome. And just the handling aspect for me really is the GTS is a driver's car.
Okay.
So with the air suspension, the Sport Plus setting, the chassis is really dialed in. It's really comfortable. It corners very well for being as big as it is.
So what else makes this a GTS over the sort of the base Panameras? Like for the 911 world, you got different seats, you got deviated stitching, you got wheels, like black wheels.
Right.
What do you got?
These will have a lot more bolsters on the sides than you'll get with your standard S, 4S, or turbo.
Okay.
These are specifically 18-way. And then they are the cream leather with the deviated stitching, and then the black interior with the deviated stitching as well.
Fancy.
But with the 18 ways, you get the support for your side bolsters and your thigh bolsters too. Again, that's not necessarily specific to the GTS, but on the higher level trims it will come with that, and you'll see them on more GTS than any other trim specifically.
Okay.
And then these have full Alcantara headliner, sun visor, everything on the inside is all Alcantara as well.
Okay.
That's specific to the GTS, and most times you are going to see just Alcantara on the GTS for the seats and things like that.
And you've got two-tone. You've got black leather, full black leather dash.
Correct.
And side panels for your door, and then it goes down into the cream.
Right.
Very
Handles,
nice.
this is leather, this is leather, this is leather, this is leather.
Okay.
And then obviously everything on the seat is full leather too.
Yeah.
Front and back.
That's nice. And kudos for the bum cooler.
Yes, absolutely. Heated, cooled, and then the rear is also heated as well, which is great.
Really?
One of my favorite features.
Fancy.
Not that I get to enjoy it, but now and then I think about the passengers.
Yeah, I mean, get Shannon to drive it. You
Absolutely.
can kick back in the back.
And we've already done that.
Really?
I drove her around, and she just sat in the back and acted all cool. So
Nice.
it's pretty good.
Now, what about the rest of the car?
Yeah. So with these, you have they don't do anything color coded on the front lights, but those just come with the orange.
Okay.
In the European spec, they are color matched to the body.
Okay.
So that is only in the US. You have a vent on the side that is a turn signal.
Yep.
And they do have the vent specifically for the GTS and the turbos.
Okay.
And then the brakes, we already talked about those a little bit, but they're quite large.
They're massive.
They're 390 millimeters, and the smallest you can fit on these are 19-inch wheels. So,
I mean, those calipers are tremendous.
Yes.
Just look how big they are.
and these will come, they'll have 20s on in the summer, but for now they're enjoying some Michelin Pilot Sport Alpines.
Very nice. And what about your headlights? Are they the bi-xenon, or
Yes.
do you have LEDs?
They are by Xenon. They are not PDLS, but they do have the nice little 4 blips that stick out in the front.
Right.
But this is all black. For the GTS, they're all kind of blacked out with the shrouds.
Okay. Well, one of the things I love about Porsches, and I suppose you could say this about any manufacturer, is that they have their own style.
Yes.
So you look at the headlights, they're not the same as the 911, but you know that they're Porsche.
They have a specific design language that, although different between the models, flow a very nice silhouette between them.
Right.
Where if you just see the headlight, you kind of know that's a Porsche specifically.
Right. And the grille, you know, the vents on the side, the LED turn signal, and is it the running light or the fog light? I can't remember which.
Yes.
But the
yes.
vents, I mean, that's very much Porsche.
And one thing I love about these that I've just recently learned is as you turn the wheel a certain degree, these will actually light up brighter so you can see where you're turning or what you're turning into,
Right.
which is a nice feature.
Right.
I know the PDLS, the headlight will itself turn, but these will get a little bit brighter to make things a little easier for turning.
Right.
Kind
Now,
of a cool feature.
What about the rear end of the car?
Yeah, so everyone has a certain stigma with the Panameras, unfortunately. I think that these look great, but obviously it takes a little bit of a certain eye. They did restyle them a little bit for the .2 generation,
Okay.
and that's the 2014 to 2016 models. So some slight things happen with the taillights in the back. They did some massaging in the front and the rear just to make things look a little bit better. Everyone's very familiar with the 17 Plus, the 971, where they did a much, much larger redesign on everything.
Okay.
And that was more of a full model change than just a mid-level.
Well, I mean, I think the rear end looks great. I can't say that I've heard any negativity about the Panamera, other than the fact that it's just a sedan.
Right.
And people, think about Porsches, they think about sports cars.
Right.
So do you think of this as like a family car, like a sports dad car?
Although I have no kids, I would say so for sure.
Really? Okay.
But the thing is, like, the hatch is great, being able to just place groceries in. You can put bikes in the back as well. You've got some cargo space. You can fit 2 bikes with the front wheels on.
Wow, okay.
Sitting down.
With the chairs down?
With the chairs down.
Okay.
Yep. And then 15 cubic feet in the back hatch, 45 with the seats folded down. And they go almost flat.
That's impressive.
It is pretty nice.
So this is this is a sports adult
This is my
car.
everyday driver.
Right, this is now your daily driver.
Yeah, which is weird to say because the Cayman is still, nice, but it's older, and it's a manual.
Yeah.
And the PDK is pretty nice.
So there you go. You're a manual.
Pretty good convert.
You were a manual driver, and now you're driving PDK.
Right.
Are you gonna ever give up a manual?
I don't think so.
No. Okay.
I've been driving manual for several years, 6 or 7, and I've just enjoyed it so far. And I think the Flat 6 is one of the best sounding engines.
Yeah.
Especially when you get a manual and you can, 7,000 RPMs all day.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Well, this is really fantastic. So tell me about the interior. What are your favorite things about the interior?
I just love the deviated stitching. So again, it's black leather on top, but we get the white kind of cream deviated stitching there. And then just the cream interior. The leather is just not something you see very often. And I personally love the cooled seats. I had them years ago and kind of got away from them. And
it's my favorite thing about the car.
We were using them today, and it's 45 degrees out.
It's just amazing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Even when it's 20 below, I put my car cool seats
absolutely,
around.
yeah.
Amazing.
And I mean, they just hold you really well in the seats. Everyone talks about Alcantara kind of keeping you snug and keeping you fit, but these seats do just fine.
Yeah.
Comfortable on a road trip. I mean, we drove 20 hours home from Savannah, and it was comfortable the whole time. So no complaints or issues there.
And you've got the Sports Chrono package. You've got Sport Plus. Do you also have the Sports exhaust?
Yes, I do.
Okay. I thought I could hear that today when you were driving. It sounded way too good for a stock exhaust.
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm only missing a couple buttons, really. And that's either some of the hybrids will have those, or if you have like the lane assist, there's a couple buttons for that also.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So you know what we should do?
What?
Let's go and get out on the road and see who comes out first.
Let's do it. That sounds great.
Awesome. Thanks, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, Michael. Let's do it!
Let's go!
This has, a surprising amount of room.
Yeah.
Where's the key? Noah's out front making jokes at how silly I look. Come on, let's get you up. Is that drive?
Yep.
I'm just going to turn the heat down because my giant head produces a lot of heat.
Not a problem at all. We are on the stiffer suspension, so that's will
all good.
Be as low as it gets.
Let's put the bum coolers on. Yes!
Woohoo!
Awesome.
Perfect.
Well, Michael, we're in your Panamera.
I mean, it fits, right?
It's amazing. I could see myself driving this car. I think that's fantastic. It's really smooth. I mean, all right. Why should I be surprised? It's a Porsche.
Right. It's
Porsche.
a little longer wheelbase. There's definitely some comfort aspects to it that you're not going to get with a 911 or a Cayenne, vice versa. And obviously, you still get the benefit of the PDK all around.
Oh my! It's really good. And these 18-way seats. Yeah, I could see myself driving one of these, man.
100%. One of my best friends has kids sat in it, and then he drove it as well, and he's like, yeah, they have a Macan S right now. And he's like, I would trade in the Macan for this, absolutely.
Well, I'm thinking now, like, would I prefer this instead of the Cayenne?
Right, you still get the room for, Luke and Adam in the back, right? The kids have their seats.
Yep.
You still have a little bit of cargo room, not a ton, but they'll fit.
Well, to be honest with you, the trunk space in the Cayenne is not great.
Okay.
It really isn't. I mean, I can't get my bike in the back of the Cayenne.
Oh, sure.
It's not wide enough.
Yep.
I have to take a wheel off to get it in.
Sure, sure.
Hence why I haven't done any biking this summer, because I just never got around to taking my bike in to get fixed.
Yeah, that'll cause a little bit of a problem.
It's really nice and smooth. And so this is the stiff suspension setting.
This is the stiffest.
It still
it
still
gets
feels
better.
great. That bum cooler is the best.
I know.
So good.
It works so well.
I mean, how funny, 2 Minnesotans in the middle of winter with their seat coolers on.
Absolutely. And then with the Sport Plus chassis settings that we're in now, it does lower it about a half an inch or so.
Okay.
Maybe 3/4, somewhere in there.
The Sports Chrono looks great on that dashboard.
I love it.
It's really deep and like well integrated.
I'm ready for the red one, but the black one is nice.
Amazing.
Does yours radiate up onto the windshield when you're driving at night as well?
No.
Okay, mine does, and it can be somewhat distracting, but it also looks beautiful, glowing too.
All right, Michael. Sports exhaust. Let's rip it. Oh, there's a Tesla. You want some? Come on, Tesla man. Come on, Tesla man. Nope, he gave up.
Yep.
Wow, that's really nice. And listen to that.
Yeah.
Grrr.
It sounds real loud. They do a little bit of piping in, but it's mostly the PSE.
Ah, okay. I was gonna, but the noise sounded like it was coming from the front as opposed to the rear.
Yeah.
Okay.
Of course. There's a pretty long distance between you and the rear too, right?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Because I can't hear what I could hear when I was driving behind you earlier.
No.
And that's just probably the distance.
Yep.
Okay.
But like there, even just getting on it just a little bit, right? You get a little welcome sound of that.
Yeah, you get
exhaust.
that. Yeah, that's nice grunt.
Yep.
So I'm going to give you my top 5 things that I like about this Panamera.
Perfect. Let's hear it.
I've been in it maybe 3 minutes, and
Yeah.
I've been standing around it for maybe an hour.
Right.
All right, I'm going to give you my top 3.
Okay.
1, just the luxuriousness of the car.
Yes.
This looks way more luxurious than my 911, and they were built like just a year apart.
Almost everything in here is leather. If it's not leather, it's carbon fiber.
Number 2, the sound of the engine is different than the 911.
That was one of my attracting features. And in the turbo, it's muted because turbo.
It's so nice.
Yeah.
So that's like the grrr.
It's a very nice growl to it.
This isn't particular to this particular car, of course.
No, any car could have the PSE and it would sound the same.
Yeah.
But the power on this, like compared to a 2010, 2013 S, they have the same 4.8 liter, but they're only tuned to 400.
Right.
So there's a pretty big difference in power.
Right.
And then the 2013 and 2010 GTS is only 430. So even this .2 gen gets a slight bump in power.
Right. So third, I think the Sports Chrono. I'm a big fan of the Sports Chrono anyway, but the fact that it's sort of sitting down lower in the dash.
Yeah.
And
it's a little farther away, right?
I like that a lot.
Yeah.
3, is that 3? No, 4 is the front of the car. I really like the look of the front of the car.
It looks menacing coming at you, but it's not like get out of the way. It's just, what is that? And people don't really know what to think of it.
Yeah.
Which is part of the thing that you get some extra looks just in that premise alone.
Yeah.
Because I don't think people there's so few Panameras out.
Right.
People look at it and they're like, wait, what did I just see?
Right.
Because it's not really a wagon, it's sort of a hatchback, but it's not a sedan either.
Right. And then last, you can see the spoiler going up and down.
Oh, yes.
How good is that?
It's awesome.
I'm really sad actually that I can't see that in my 991. And I couldn't see that in my 996 or 7 either. Apparently you can in the 992.
Oh, interesting.
Apparently because it goes up a little higher.
Yeah.
And people are saying that they're not sure they like how high it goes up, but I like that just actually popped up and went down again. So since we're in Sports Plus, let's grip and rip right here.
Did you hear that?
I did?
Yeah.
Here we go. Woo! There's the money.
Yeah.
Right there, Michael. Oh my God. Yeah, that's like driving a 911 right there.
Yeah.
That's what my 911 does. That was so nice. Wow, that's really nice.
And as you know, the PDK allows a little bit of slippage for gears and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Beaut. Well, thank you very much for giving me a ride, Michael.
Absolutely. Anytime.
I love it. I love it. Good luck with your Panamera ownership and dual Cayman and Panamera ownership.
Now my
you
wife
lucky
is
dog.
not so happy. Her car sits outside.
Just don't forget how to drive stick.
I'll do my best.
All right, thanks,
Awesome.
man.
Thanks, James.
Okay, guys, thanks for checking in. There'll be more content coming soon. I'm really glad I got to make this video with my friend Michael here. We've been talking about it for a while. I don't think I was ever going to get into the Cayman, really, to make a video together, but we did one with the Panamera. So I'll catch you in the next video. Take care. Bye.